Good day. I'm here myself once again to show you how to set up a VPN connection. What I had to do was add a second network card. One, the IP address will be assigned by DHCP, the other has a static IP. Okay, need to add a role to the system. You'll see I have Active Directory, DHCP, server and DNS server installed. So I'll go to add role. And the role I need to add would be Network Policy and Access Services. So I'll select that. And the service would be Routing and Remote Access Service. So I'll go ahead and install that. It shouldn't take too long to install, but I'll get back to you when this service is finished installing. This role, sorry. Okay, setup is complete now. We'll close off this. And you'll notice that now that under roles you have Network Policy and Access Services. Routing and Remote Access. Now we need to configure and enable the Route and Remote Access server. Right click and select Configure and Enable. Next, we're setting up a VPN network, so the selection is obvious. Now we'll be selecting the DHCP interface so that the VPN network can obtain the IP address that would connect to an outside network. We'll assign a specific range. This would cut down on the traffic between the VPN server and the DHCP server. We'll enter range like 51 addresses, that should be okay. Next. Let's stay with the selection. We will not be using a media server. And finish. Click OK. And that's it. What we need to do now is configure the remote access policy, and we'll do that using the network policy server. Just right click here and we'll launch it. And the network policy server has some default rules. New ones can be created, but we'll go to default for now. And by default, it is set to deny connections. If we go to properties, that's what I mean. Deny access if the connection matches the policy. What we'll do here is grant access for all connections that could be using this. Another thing I can do here is select the type of network access server. Since I know it's a VPN connection I'll be setting up, it's like VPN or dial-up. Okay, we'll do the same thing to the other network policy, which is to grant access to all connections. Okay, that's it for the server. Now I'll be switching over to the client, which I'll connect using the VPN connection. Okay, I'm now on an XP client. I'll log in. And what I need to do is set up a connection to the VPN. So I'll go to Show All Connections, create a new connection. Next, connect using VPN. So I'll select this. VPN connection. I'll type a simple name. Next. Okay, I need to switch back to my server to get this address here. Okay, I'm now on the server and I'll use ipconfig to get the IP address I need. This first address to the local area connection 2 has been assigned by DHCP. The second is a static address. Okay, remember those numbers. I'll now switch back to my client. The server is not on the internet right now, so I'll have to use a static address since I won't get a public address being assigned to the server due to the internet connection. I'm going to click next here. This connection is for my use. Finish. It's asking for my credentials and password to log into the VPN server. Okay, and we are now connected. What I can do now is to ensure that I have connection to the server is to ping it. If you recall the server IP address, we have 192.168.10.10. And the second address, which I can also try, which was, I don't remember what that was. Okay, we won't do that one. And the IP of this system is 192.168.10.20, and VNP has been assigned an address of 192.168.10.51. If you recall the range I had set when setting up the connection on the server. Let's close off this. We'll leave the connection and we'll walk across the server once again. If we do another IP config, now that we have the VNP connected, you'll see the server IPs as before and the IP address that has been assigned to the VNP connection, which lists as dial in for some reason. I believe that's because I don't have internet connection, but it's a VNP setup. I'll see if I could do anything with that later on. And if you want to check the connection, you could go to your server manager. We'll go down through roles and network policy and access services. If you look at the port that is connected, this is the connection we have here showing the IP address of our client. Remote access clients 1, and there we are.